And also dusting it off. Jesus Christ. Because I am hopefully going to be a part of a G-Scale club, and I want to get this thing running decent. Let's start taking things apart and hoping that they don't explode. Also doing some touch-ups on the whistle here. I haven't touched this thing in God knows how long, so probably needs a bit of work. Let's see. Still can't believe I got this thing. Because these side tank engines are, I think, rare. I think they're rare. I could be wrong, but I'm not sure. I'll switch around the windows. I don't know if I should glue them or not, but whatever. Where's my paintbrush? Paintbrush, there it is. I'm just going to use this to wipe away all the stuff, all the dust, lint, God knows what else has gotten on here. Because I am going to be running these outside in the future, so I definitely want them to be in top-notch shape. Yeah, this thing is going to need a lot of work. Oh yeah, I forgot, I scraped off that. I'm going to do a better job with that. Right, let's see if I remember how to take this thing apart. So I think it's the smoke box screw. Yeah, that's another thing I need to fix. So I think it's the smoke box screw. And then the two back ones that take off the shell. I haven't taken this thing apart in a while. Oh, Jesus. Let's pop that out. And then grab hold of the... There we go. Need a bigger screwdriver for this one. There we go. Screw number one. Put that there. Actually, no, I'll put that there. Put that there. And then we will take out this screw and hopefully take off the body. Because the thing is with this... Oh, the thing is... We have 46 people. I doubt that. I bet YouTube is just glitching, but... Welcome. I'm currently fixing my Bachmann Spectrum tank engine. Because when it runs, it knocks a little bit, so I want to see if I could fix that. So, oh jeez, this thing is heavy. Now, anything else? No, I think it's just the lift. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, the brakes as well. I kind of forgot about that. Where are these screwed in? Oh yeah, in the headlight. Okay, let's put this back for now. Let's first of all clean it. Not gonna lie, I feel like this would be a good ASMR video, like cleaning Bachmann Spectrum 040 saddle tank ASMR 4K edition. Firing up locomotive ASMR when? That'd be funny. Heist, I got some new videos idea. Make up a locomotive ASMR while you're firing it up. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Someone's probably already done that or joked about doing that, but someone should post it on YouTube. And like, let me know if it does happen, because that sounds really funny. Should probably replace that roof hatch. Is this thick enough? It's a bit skinnier, but so if we just put it like that, yeah, there we go. I'm also gonna replace the roof hatch because this old one looks garbage. Probably because it doesn't sound that it doesn't sound that appetizing. But yeah, right, let's see. Wait, can I unplug? No, I think that was with the 260. One way to find out. Let's just pop it off and lift. These brakes are going to be the death of me. I think I can. Oh Jesus. Okay, hold on before I break anything. Let's take off the brakes because these are hanging up and not being fun to deal with. I think I've always had these things removable. There we go. Brake number 1. And yeah, this is also dusty. Don't think so. Let's... I'm going to be gentle on the headlight because this... I remember the headlight being a pain in the neck to put on and keep on. This thing just needs an entire... I also need to put... So pretty much my idea was to make it look like one of the Granite Rock Quarry engines, one of the narrow gauge porters that they had at the Granite Rock Quarry. I forget how or... No, I found it on eBay for like 60, 70 bucks maybe. And I was like, heck yeah, so I got it, had a cracked gear. I still have all the parts for the I still have all the parts for it, it's just I replaced it with another chassis that came from a circus train because I couldn't find the replacement parts for the gear for this thing, so I'm just like, I'll just swap it out with another chassis. I had to do some modifying, but I still have the original chassis and all that, it's just in storage. I do eventually want to give it its original chassis back, but for now, this'll do. Definitely want to add like a hat here or something to the stack. Thank you. Let's see, and then oh yeah, the brake shoes on this side. Got some bunch of dust and stuff here. There we go. Brake shoe numero 2. I'm going to break off any of the details. Alright. Let's see if we can take this apart. Nothing hanging up except for the wires and the motor, which I do not want to break, so I'm going to keep it like that. And then this is for the tanks, right? And I think that's... Again, I've been taking this thing apart in God knows how long. You could probably tell because of all the dust. Oh no, wait, you gotta take off these things and then slide the tank. No, you gotta slide it. Yeah, you gotta slide it forwards, then take it off. Let's do that. I do really love this engine, it's just I don't really run it that often because, again, of the knocking problem. So, I'm gonna see if I can fix that today, and if not, I'll... no. Although, if not, when I join the club, I'll just ask some of the G-Scale guys, like, hey, do you know where I could get a replacement gear? Or, hey, my engine's knocking, what would you recommend? I think we're just gonna slide the tank forward, backwards. No, it's gotta go forwards, so you just slide the tank forwards. Hold on. Oh, I think it's the... Yeah, it's the sand lines that are getting it. Forgot about that. I guess I could take off the domes and remove the sand lines just so it's easier to take off. Get rid of you. Put you there. And then put you. And that should be easier. Yeah, it's so much easier. But not... Oh, wait, is that it? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Hey, that was a bit aggressive. Oops. First thing that we're going to do is unplug the plug for the headlight, so that way I could fiddle with this properly without any fear of breaking the wires. Did I even mark it for myself? Yeah, I did. Thank you, past me. Very helpful. There we go. And we could put this off to the side. Now, see, it used to be a speaker here. Sisters. Rat's nest, as I like to call it. I think there used to be a wire here and a wire here, but I could be wrong. I think this screw's loose, or it's just not doing anything, so we'll just... Yeah, this screw's completely stripped out. Yeah, it's not looking too hot. I'll leave it in just in case it has a little bit of clutch power left. Then, although what we can do is take out all this and remove the saddle. So, gotta remember where all these screws go. That there. I remember one of them being... No, this is the one that I had to replace, right? Right here, because the old one was so, like, chewed out and just garbage that I just decided to replace it with a new one. Jeez. There we go. Oh, Jesus. Where'd it go? Yeah, it rolled somewhere. And we will take out this screw. Oh, come on. There's that screw. There it is. I lost it for a minute. Now with that out, and with the removal of the only screw that's currently holding this board in, I think I take that back. So if we just unscrew that, and then unscrew this, and remove top and bottom switches. So remove the screws so we don't lose them. Come on. There we go. It's really rusty in here. Then I could take off the cap, which will also be a good help to squeeze all this wiring and circuitry through. That on top of that. Again, I haven't taken this thing apart in a while. I do want to add DCC to it one day, but that's far in the future. Come on. There we go. Oh yeah, I could tell it's the circus train because there's a little bit of blue back here where the other shell used to be. There's all the detail on these spectrums. Then we can move this out of the way. Take out the... Oh yeah, look at that. That is nasty. Kind of looks like a face. Although what I will do is get my Dremel, kind of brush off all the rust and whatnot so it's not going back in here. Also wash out, not wash out, but like brush out the inside of here so it gets rid of all that nastiness. So where's my brush? Is this the right socket? Should be. That's good. Right. Brush, brush. This thing definitely needs cleaning. outside. Now we're going to clean off the inside. This has been stained to high heaven. Just getting it off a little bit. I think what's best if we just... Hold on, let me grab a tool. Let me grab something that'll help. I got the tool to hopefully make this thing look purty. It's called a wet wipe because it's so stained it is like really bad, and I don't think brushing this would get it out. So yeah, like look at that. It's just like a few wipes. Nasty. So pretty much I'm just gonna wipe out all the rust and crud, all that. So it hopefully doesn't look like it's been sitting for God knows how long, even though this thing really has been. Even before I got this. There we go. It's getting better. Oh yeah, that was a spot of rust that just completely disappeared. And we will... That's the problem with the rough plastic. Likes to tear into anything that comes in contact with it, which is definitely not helping my case. Let's drop that. Yeah, some of this rust is definitely not coming out anytime soon. Well, we got a good majority out of it, so it's not bad. Now we can take off this, and I guess for now, no, because then that screws it. No, that was something I did neglect to do last time I put the thing together, is put the screws into here. So I'm going to do that right now. So that way it's not a problem in the future. Now, screwed in. Did not mean to whistle that loud. Geez, sorry. Screwed in. These are about the same size. Not a bit too big. About this guy. There we go. Nice and tight. And we will use this one to put this guy in. It's a bit tighter fit, but there we go. Problem solved. That's why I save all screws that I, like say I have like a project. But pretty much whenever I have like a known junker or like something that just has a bunch of screws in it, I take the screws, keep them for times like this, because you never know, hey, I might need a screw for this or another project. So I'm like, okay, just go into my screw bin. Let's see, going for about 21 minutes now. I just want to find out what's wrong with the gearbox, because it sounds noisy and I don't like it. I want it to be running smooth when next time I go to the train club. Because they did say, hey, you can bring your own engines. I'm like, sweet, I have a whole collection. And this is definitely one of them I want to bring. Let's see. Could remove the motor and gearbox. First, let me get let me move all this down to out of the way. That way we can work more on this. I think this is fine the way it is, but like definitely want to patch up some holes. But honestly, for now it looks pretty. What do we got? Out of the way. We'll move the domes. Doesn't really matter which way they go because they're pretty much the same thing. Also move the sand lines. And then, alright, let's see. Can we get to the gearbox if we just push the shaft out of here? I think we need to use some gentle persuasion. There we go. Gentle persuasion always works. I think we are able to just take out the motor, unless it's... Just to be on the safe side, let's unscrew the rest of this. Come on. Probably should give this thing a deep clean, because it hasn't run in a while, but yeah, it should be okay. Come on. God, these screws are really annoying sometimes. Helps if you have the right screwdriver, but still. Right. We are in. I'm not seeing any cracking or anything. Nothing. Oh, it's part of the gearbox as well, so I gotta... Could just... Oh, I'm gonna do that. Where's my wrench? Because I forgot that the motor is part of the gearbox, and it's kind of semi-permanently connected. So I gotta take off the nuts on the drivers back here to get the wheel set off. So that way I can get to where I need to get to. Accidentally tightening my wrench. Oops. Hold on. One moment. What? Okay. Alright, back to work. That nut there. And we'll continue on trying to get this nut out. Oh, wait, the other way. Almost over-tightened it, which would have not been good. Definitely need to get a smaller, like, socket wrench or something for these types of jobs, because I am marring up the nut a little bit, but for now it should be okay. Also need to clean the wheels because they're a bit dirty. Jeez. There we go. Put that nut there, and we can get rid of all this. So we'll pop out the bearings. Yeah, there we go. That, and this one's stuck, so we will pop out that, so we can more easily get rid of. Come on. Like, doesn't want to come. There we go. All that. Also attached to there. Forgot about that. So the gearbox knocks whenever I run it. So let's see if we could figure that out. See if I could do some testing here. So if we just, or if we just. It feels like it's knocking a little bit. Guess it doesn't help that there's a... Oh yeah, I think there's a bunch of old grease in here. Could... That screw it. Oh, that... I think for now we're just going to leave it like that and then just scrape off all the old Although, no, wait, I'm stupid. Sorry, guys. See, what I meant to do was take out this. Now I can take out the gearbox and separate it from the motor. Yippee! Completely forgot about that. Now we will... Oh, is there a pin in here? No. Well, there was a pin, not anymore. We'll just leave the motor chill in there. So the gearbox, I can definitely feel there's a bit of like knocking. I can definitely feel there's resistance in there. Let's see, any gunk in there? There's a little bit. Nothing too worrisome. I think it may just be old grease. I'm not going to use my screwdriver, but I will use something else. BRB again. I think I may have figured out the problem. I think the problem is there's a bunch of old grease, lubricant, whatever, in between the teeth of the gear that it's causing a bit of skipping. So I'm gonna remove. It's literally coming off like in like little bits there. Not good. Don't want that in your engine. Steam or otherwise. I'm just going to get rid of all that grease in every single tooth. Hopefully it should improve the running quality. I feel like SMT Mainline or Darth Santa Fe doing this, but it's fun. I like doing engine repairs. There's a bunch of old grease in here. I could let it soak, but I don't want to ruin anything. Oh, jeez. I accidentally broke the tip off this one. Oops. Probably should use a metal one, but I don't think I have one. And then after I clean all the old stuff out, I of course will give it some fresh lubrication, as this thing should have gotten when I got in it. But hey, we live and learn. Where is my... there's... I'll just wipe it off on this little thing here. Yeah, I can already feel like getting a little bit better. Yeah, so whenever I see like a little grease ball, whoops. Let me sharpen this to a finer point so I could get in between the teeth a bit better. Where did I put my... there it is. There we go. Should definitely be better. Yeah. It's literally coming out, and sorry for saying this, but it's literally coming out like eye boogers. It is nasty grease, which has probably been in here since it was manufactured. Hope this thing runs a lot better without this old grease getting in the way. Yeah, there's like chunks of it too, so it's definitely not helping. It's a little crunchy up here. Kind of feeling how it rolls to say, okay, this is where another problem is I'm literally just going to be looking down through camera, so I guess get used to it. Yeah, look at that. That is nasty stuff. Stuff that you certainly don't want in your gearbox. So pretty much I'm just clearing out every tooth to make sure that there's no more nasty grease. I feel it knocking just a little bit, so it may be the other gear as well. I'm going to clean out this entire gearbox, hopefully. Definitely not in this stream, because I think... Yeah, once I hit like 45 minutes, if I'm still not done, then I'll probably call it there and finish it off camera. Because I am hungry. I want to make myself some food. Should have eaten before streaming, but you know, we live and learn. Yeah, this is like a lot of old grease coming out of this gearbox. I'm also going to clean off the wheels and give this thing a good running session off camera. So that's going to be enjoyable. And then afterwards I'll make an update video or just another live stream showing, hey, it works now. Yeah, it's bad. It's not horrible, but it's definitely not recommended. Better. One of it's just, yeah, there's a bunch of grease on the side of the gear. Definitely not helping. So I'm gonna scrape it off with my flat blade screwdriver. Yeah, like, look, it literally looks like earwax. And it feels like it too. So I definitely don't want any of this in or near my gearbox. I'll also clean out the little gear as well after I scrape off all this crud. Ew. I think after this I'm going to give it a more thorough cleaning, like soapy water or whatnot, something to loosen up all the grease, because there's quite a bit on this side. Is that most of it? Not this little spot here. You can kind of hear it as well. That's not supposed to sound like that. Not at all. Clean out this. We'll see how it goes after. It's like a bunch of old grease and whatnot. And we got a new piece of toilet paper because this one's already nasty. Hopefully this should fix the gearbox issue, and if not, then I'm not too sure. Gears look fine. And yes, I did try the Bachmann parts department for this thing, with no luck. Grease there. Oh yeah, there's look at that. Look at that. That is nasty. That was in the gearbox. Thing definitely needs a solid cleaning. It's nasty. I want to bet that's why it's kind of noisy, because it's got a bunch of old packed grease in there and it's not happy about it. Yeah, it's nasty. Also clean out all the crud on the sides and whatnot. Yeah. I feel it like skipping somewhere. I'm trying to figure out where. Yeah, this is on the side of the gearbox. It literally is disgusting. Trying to feel what binds up. Right there. Let's see, looking on this gear. A bit of schmut, bit of stuff. Nothing too alarming. Besides just a little bit of residue. I'm not seeing anything there. Supposed to clean off the top of the gears. Maybe that'll reduce noise. There's a bunch of old grease in here. Ew, that's literally like sludge. This is nasty. Clean out all the schmoo here. This is nasty. And tedious. Something in here that's not causing it to spin properly. Not too sure. Yeah, my hands are really bad now. Alright, well I'm gonna cut it there, figure this all out. Is there stuff in the worm? And it feels more like it's in the gearbox anyway. Alright, I will end it there. I will see if I can fix it later, and